Alex sat alone in the dimly lit school library, staring blankly at an open textbook. His mind wandered back to the argument he'd had with his dad earlier that day. Why bother studying? It's not like we have money for college, his father had snapped. At 17, Alex felt trapped. He worked long shifts at a fast food restaurant after school to help his mom pay bills, leaving little time or energy for homework. His grades suffered, and teachers often dismissed him as lazy or unmotivated. But deep down, Alex wanted more than anything to prove them wrong, to escape poverty and build a better future. Yet every time he tried, doubt crept in. What was the point? Kids from wealthy families always seemed to get ahead, while kids like him were left behind. To avoid going home, Alex stayed late at school most evenings, hiding in the quiet corners of the library. It was his sanctuary, a place where he could pretend he belonged somewhere better. One evening, as Alex packed up his books, he heard footsteps echoing down the hallway. Turning around, he saw Mr. Carter, the school janitor, pushing a cart filled with cleaning supplies. "You're here pretty late," Mr. Carter said warmly, leaning on his mop handle. "Just finishing some work?" Alex mumbled, avoiding eye contact. Something about Mr. Carter's calm demeanor made Alex pause. For the first time in weeks, he didn't feel invisible. Little did he know, this chance encounter would change everything. Mr. Carter wasn't like other adults Alex had met. While most people barely noticed him, Mr. Carter seemed genuinely interested in how Alex was doing. Over the next few weeks, their brief encounters turned into longer conversations. One evening, as Alex sat at a table surrounded by textbooks, Mr. Carter approached him with 2 cups of coffee from the teacher's lounge. "Thought you might need this," he said, placing 1 cup beside Alex. Alex looked up, surprised. "Thanks, but I'm not sure I deserve it." "Why not?" Mr. Carter asked, sitting down across from him. "I'm failing everything," Alex admitted quietly. "I don't think I'm cut out for school." Mr. Carter leaned back, studying Alex thoughtfully. "You know, I used to struggle too. Dropped out of high school when I was your age, had to work 3 jobs just to survive. Thought my life was over before it even started." Alex raised an eyebrow. "So how'd you end up here?" "Well," Mr. Carter chuckled, "life has a funny way of giving second chances. I realized something important. Success isn't about where you start. It's about what you do next. You've got potential, kid. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise." For the first time in months, Alex felt a flicker of hope. They talked for hours that night, sharing stories and laughter. Mr. Carter told Alex about his own dreams of becoming a mechanic, a dream he never pursued but still cherished. "You see," Mr. Carter said, standing up to leave, "dreams are like seeds. They need care and patience to grow. And trust me, they're worth it." From then on, Alex began looking forward to these evenings with Mr. Carter. The janitor became more than just a friendly face. He became a mentor, offering advice and encouragement whenever Alex doubted himself. Through their friendship, Alex slowly started believing again, not just in his abilities, but also in the possibility of a brighter future. With Mr. Carter's support, Alex began to see himself differently. The janitor's words stuck with him. "Dream big, Alex. You don't need fancy shoes to climb mountains." Slowly but surely, Alex started applying those lessons to his life. One evening, as Alex flipped through a biology textbook, Mr. Carter walked in carrying his mop and bucket. "Still hitting the books, huh?" he asked with a grin. "Yeah," Alex replied, smiling faintly. "I've been thinking, what if I tried to become a doctor? Like, for real this time?" Mr. Carter stopped mid-step, his eyes lighting up. "A doctor, eh? That's quite the dream." "I know it sounds crazy," Alex said quickly, looking down at his hands. "But every time I read about science or medicine, it feels like maybe I'm meant to do something important." "It's not crazy," Mr. Carter said firmly, sitting beside him. "In fact, it's the best kind of crazy. Tell me, why do you want to be a doctor?" Alex hesitated, then spoke softly. "Because I've seen what happens when people can't afford health care. My mom works herself sick, and there's no one to help her. If I became a doctor, I could change that. For her, and for others too. Mr. Carter nodded, visibly moved. That's a noble goal, son. And let me tell you something, you've already got what it takes. Hard work, heart, and grit. They're worth more than any diploma. From that moment on, Alex committed himself fully to his studies. He spent late nights studying in the library, practicing equations until they made sense, and reading medical journals online during breaks at work. Whenever doubt crept in, he remembered Mr. Carter's voice saying, "You're stronger than you think." The road wasn't easy. There were days when exhaustion overwhelmed him, and moments when failure seemed inevitable. But Mr. Carter was always there, checking in with encouraging words or simply listening when Alex needed to vent. Over time, Alex's grades improved. Teachers noticed his dedication and offered extra help. Friends who once teased him for being a dreamer now cheered him on. Even his parents began to believe in his potential, seeing how hard he was working. By senior year, Alex earned a scholarship to attend college, a feat that once felt impossible. On the day he received the acceptance letter, he ran straight to the school to share the news with Mr. Carter. "I did it!" Alex exclaimed, waving the envelope triumphantly. Mr. Carter clapped him on the back, tears glistening in his eyes. "Told you, kid. All you needed was to believe in yourself, and look where that's gotten you." Though Alex still had years of challenges ahead, he no longer feared them. With Mr. Carter's unwavering belief fueling him, he knew he could overcome anything. Years passed, and Alex's journey was anything but smooth. College brought new challenges. Grueling exams, sleepless nights, and moments when self-doubt threatened to pull him under. But every time he felt like giving up, he remembered Mr. Carter's words, "Dream big, Alex. You don't need fancy shoes to climb mountains." Those words became his mantra, pushing him forward even when the path seemed impossible. Medical school was harder than Alex had imagined. The coursework was intense, and the pressure to succeed weighed heavily on him. Many nights he questioned whether he belonged there. Would he ever truly become a doctor? Was it all just a pipe dream fueled by a janitor's kind words? But then he'd think about his mom, working tirelessly without proper health care, and about all the people who couldn't afford treatment. He reminded himself why he started this journey in the first place. And most importantly, he thought about Mr. Carter, the man who believed in him when no one else did. Slowly, Alex began to rise above the struggles. He excelled in his classes, earned respect from professors, and found joy in helping patients during clinical rotations. Each success felt like proof that Mr. Carter's faith in him hadn't been misplaced. Finally, after nearly a decade of relentless effort, the day arrived. Alex stood in a grand auditorium, surrounded by classmates, family, and faculty, waiting for his name to be called. When it was his turn, he walked across the stage, shook hands with the dean, and accepted his diploma. Tears streamed down his face as he held the certificate that declared him Dr. Alex Rivera. After the ceremony, Alex hugged his parents tightly, thanking them for their sacrifices. But one person remained on his mind, Mr. Carter. Over the years, Alex had tried to stay in touch, but life got busy, and they lost contact. Now, determined to thank the man who changed his life, Alex decided to track him down. It wasn't easy. The old school had been renovated, and many staff members had retired or moved away. Finally, after weeks of searching, Alex discovered that Mr. Carter lived in a small house on the outskirts of town. On a crisp autumn afternoon, Alex drove to the address, his heart pounding with anticipation. As he approached the modest home, he saw an elderly man tending to flowers in the front yard. It was unmistakably Mr. Carter. "Mr. Carter," Alex called out, stepping out of his car. The man turned, squinting against the sunlight. Recognition dawned on his face, and a wide smile spread across it. "Alex, is that you?" "Yes, sir," Alex said, walking over. "It's me." They embraced warmly, both overwhelmed with emotion. For a moment, neither spoke. They simply stood there, savoring the reunion. Alex and Mr. Carter sat on the porch, sipping lemonade as the late afternoon sun cast a golden glow over the yard. The years apart melted away, their bond as strong as ever. "I can't believe you're really here," Mr. Carter said, shaking his head in disbelief. "Last I heard, you were off chasing your dreams. Looks like you caught them." Alex smiled, holding up his medical license. "I did, thanks to you. I wouldn't be here without your belief in me." Mr. Carter waved dismissively. "Don't give me too much credit. All I did was remind you of what was already inside you." "No," Alex insisted firmly. "You did so much more than that. When everyone else doubted me, even when I doubted myself, you saw something in me. You taught me to dream big and work hard for it. Without you, I would have given up a long time ago." Tears welled up in Mr. Carter's eyes. He looked down at his weathered hands, humbled by Alex's gratitude. "If that's true, then I'm proud of you, son. Proud of the man you've become." They spent hours talking, catching up on lost time. Alex shared stories from medical school, the challenges, triumphs, and unforgettable moments with patience. Mr. Carter listened intently, laughing at the funny parts and nodding solemnly at the tough ones. At one point, Alex asked, "Do you ever regret not pursuing your own dreams? You always talked about becoming a mechanic." Mr. Carter chuckled softly. "Regret? No, not really. Life took me down a different path, but I've been happy helping others along the way. Besides," he added with a wink, "looks like I helped create a pretty great doctor instead." Alex laughed, feeling a lump in his throat. "You deserve all the credit for that, and I want to make sure everyone knows how amazing you are. I'd like to share our story, if that's okay with you." Mr. Carter hesitated for a moment, then nodded. "If it helps inspire someone else to keep going, then yes, share it. But remember, the real hero is you. You're the one who turned belief into action." As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Alex felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude, not just for Mr. Carter, but for the power of encouragement itself. Here was proof that even the smallest acts of belief could change lives forever. Before leaving, Alex promised to visit again soon. As he drove away, he glanced back at Mr. Carter waving goodbye, standing tall despite his age. Alex kept his promise to share their story. During a community event at the local hospital where he worked, Alex was invited to speak about his journey from a struggling student to a successful doctor. Standing before an audience of patients, colleagues, and students, he began by acknowledging the usual suspects: his family, teachers, and mentors. But then, his voice softened as he spoke about someone unexpected. Mr. Carter, the janitor who believed in him when no one else did. "I want you all to meet the real hero of my story," Alex said, gesturing toward the back of the room. There, quietly seated, was Mr. Carter, looking surprised but pleased. The crowd erupted into applause as Alex invited him to join him on stage. Mr. Carter stood up hesitantly, waving modestly as people cheered. When he reached Alex, the young doctor hugged him tightly. "This man taught me that success isn't about where you start. It's about believing in yourself and working hard for what you want," Alex told the audience. "He lit a fire inside me when I thought everything was lost." The speech went viral online, inspiring countless viewers around the world. People shared their own stories of unlikely heroes, teachers, bus drivers, neighbors, who had encouraged them during tough times. Alex's message resonated deeply. Everyone has the power to inspire greatness in others. Sometimes, all it takes is believing in someone when they can't see their own potential. Back home, the impact rippled through the community. Students started approaching Alex and Mr. Carter for advice, eager to learn how they could overcome their own struggles. Teachers began incorporating lessons on resilience and self-belief into their classrooms. Even local businesses pitched in, offering scholarships and mentorship programs to support young dreamers. For Mr. Carter, life took on new meaning. Though retired, he became a beloved figure in the town, often visiting schools to talk about perseverance and the importance of kindness. "I'm just a janitor," he'd say humbly. "But if a kid like Alex can become a doctor because of something I said, imagine what any of us can do." As for Alex, He dedicated his career not only to healing bodies but also to uplifting spirits. He founded a foundation to provide resources and mentorship to underprivileged students, ensuring they had the tools and encouragement needed to pursue their dreams. Years later, when asked about his greatest accomplishment, Alex didn't mention his medical degree or prestigious awards. Instead, he smiled and said, "My greatest achievement was proving Mr. Carter right. Because of him, I learned that belief is contagious, and it changes everything." Their story became a testament to the power of encouragement, reminding everyone that heroes come in all forms. Whether you're a janitor, a teacher, or simply a kind stranger, your words and actions have the power to shape lives in ways you may never fully understand. And so, Alex and Mr. Carter continued spreading hope. One conversation, one act of kindness, and one dream at a time. Alex's story is a powerful reminder that encouragement and belief can transform lives. It wasn't wealth, fame, or even formal education that made the difference. It was one person choosing to see potential in another. Mr. Carter, a humble janitor, didn't have much to give, but his belief in Alex sparked a fire that led to extraordinary achievements. This story shows us that everyone has the power to inspire greatness in others, and it starts with simple acts of kindness, empathy, and faith. Think about your own life for a moment. Have you ever doubted yourself, felt invisible, or wondered if anyone believed in you? Most of us have been there at some point. But imagine if, during those dark moments, someone had taken the time to say, "I believe in you." Those few words could have changed everything. Now, consider this. What if you were that person for someone else? You don't need to be rich, famous, or highly educated to make an impact. All you need is a willingness to listen, encourage, and believe in others, even when they struggle to believe in themselves. Here's why your role matters so much. 1. Belief builds confidence. When Alex first met Mr. Carter, he was drowning in self-doubt. He believed he wasn't smart enough, strong enough, or capable enough to succeed. But Mr. Carter saw something different. By reminding Alex of his strengths and encouraging him to dream big, Mr. Carter planted seeds of confidence that grew into determination and resilience. You too can play this role in someone's life. Maybe it's a child struggling in school, a coworker facing challenges at work, or a friend going through a tough time. A single word of encouragement from you might be all they need to keep pushing forward. 2. Small gestures create big ripples. Mr. Carter probably never imagined that his conversations with Alex would lead to such incredible outcomes. A medical degree, a foundation helping underprivileged students, and a global movement inspiring countless people. Yet that's exactly what happened. His small acts of kindness created ripples that reached far beyond what he could have predicted. The same principle applies to you. Even the smallest gestures, a compliment, a listening ear, or an offer to help, can set off a chain reaction of positivity. You may not see the full impact immediately, but trust that your efforts matter. 3. Everyone has potential waiting to be unlocked. One of the most beautiful aspects of Alex's story is how Mr. Carter recognized potential in someone others overlooked. Teachers dismissed Alex as unmotivated. His family assumed college was out of reach. But Mr. Carter refused to let circumstances define Alex. Instead, he focused on possibilities, not limitations. This is a lesson we can all carry with us. Whether it's a student, a colleague, or someone in your community, take a moment to look beyond their current struggles. See them for who they are capable of becoming, not just where they are right now. Your belief might unlock potential they didn't know they had. 4. Encouragement is contagious. When Alex shared his story publicly, it inspired others to reflect on their own lives. People began sharing tales of unlikely heroes who had encouraged them when they needed it most. Teachers started focusing more on nurturing confidence in their students. Businesses launched programs to support young dreamers. The ripple effect of Alex and Mr. Carter's bond spread far and wide. Your acts of encouragement can do the same. When you uplift someone, they're likely to pay it forward. Imagine the impact if each person reading this decided to believe in just one other person today. Together, we could create a wave of positivity that touches millions of lives. How can you start making a difference right now? If this story resonates with you, and I hope it does, I challenge you to take action. Here's how you can start. 1. Look around you. Who in your life might need encouragement? It could be a family member, a neighbor, a coworker, or even a stranger. Pay attention to those who seem lost, overwhelmed, or unsure of themselves. Sometimes, simply noticing someone can make all the difference. 2. Speak words of kindness. Don't underestimate the power of telling someone, "I believe in you," or "You're stronger than you think." These phrases might feel small to you, but they can mean the world to someone else. Be genuine and speak from the heart. 3. Offer support. Encouragement doesn't stop at words. If you see someone struggling, ask how you can help. It could be tutoring a student, mentoring a young professional, or volunteering your skills to benefit others. Every bit counts. 4. Share stories like this one. Stories like Alex and Mr. Carter's remind us of the good in humanity. Share the story with friends, family, and colleagues. Talk about it on social media or bring it up in conversations. Let others know that kindness and belief can change lives, including their own. 5. Join a movement of positivity. If you're inspired by Alex's foundation and want to contribute to similar causes, seek out organizations that focus on mentorship, education, and empowerment. Donate your time, resources, or expertise to help others achieve their dreams. Be the hero someone needs today. Heroes don't wear capes. They come in all shapes and sizes. Sometimes they're teachers, parents, or friends. Other times, they're janitors like Mr. Carter, whose belief in a struggling student ignited a lifetime of achievement. The truth is, you have the power to be someone's hero. By believing in others, encouraging them, and showing them that they matter, you can create opportunities for greatness to flourish. So here's my call to action for you. Start small. Smile at someone having a tough day. Offer a kind word to a coworker. Listen actively when someone needs to talk. Dream bigger. Mentor a young person. Volunteer in your community. Advocate for those who need support. Spread the message. Share stories of kindness, resilience, and hope. Inspire others to join the movement of positivity. Remember, you don't need to solve every problem or fix the entire world overnight. Focus on one person, one conversation, or one act of kindness at a time. That's how real change begins. As Alex learned from Mr. Carter, you don't need fancy shoes to climb mountains. In the same way, you don't need extraordinary abilities to make an extraordinary impact. All you need is a heart willing to care and a voice ready to encourage. Will you step up and be the light someone needs today? Will you choose to believe in others, just as Mr. Carter believed in Alex? Because somewhere out there, someone is waiting for a hero, and that hero could be you. Let's get started. One act of kindness, one word of encouragement, and one dream at a time.